This is Monday, the 8th day of December 2025. Good morning and thanks for joining me in this video. Yesterday, after the rumor that the Nigerian military has called back the Nigerian fighter jets that they deployed to the Republic of Benin following the attempted coup that did not work out, after about 3 hours, people in Cotonou precisely, they started hearing sounds and explosions from different locations. And later, they discovered that the Nigerian Air Force launched a precision airstrikes on fleeing Benin Republic coup plotters. So those coup plotters, they were fleeing out of the country, and the Nigerian Air Force had to flee from Nigeria, precisely targeted them wherever they are, they track them, they strike them. Now, if you think that this video is all about the coup that happened or the people they kill, you will get it wrong. So this information is actually true. I have confirmed it to be true, but there is something that doesn't go well with so many right-thinking people in Nigeria. If the Nigerian Air Force could deploy their fighter jet just to go and track people who carried out coup and strike them, whereas Boko Haram in Nigeria, terrorists in Nigeria are moving in convoy, nobody's tracking them, nobody is killing them, nobody's shooting them. Now, I'm going to elaborate this aspect for you, but let us talk more about the people they strike. Yes, these people attempted a coup. They wanted to carry out a coup, like what has been going on from around the West Africa. And I used to tell people that the attitude of the politicians are what is inviting this coup, okay? If the president did not hijack power in the Republic, controlling the judiciary, doing all sort of things, like, it will not happen. Do you understand? That coup will not happen. They will not attempt to take over power. Now, this is not a bloody coup. They did not kill the president to attempt to take power, all those things. Now, these people did not arrest them. They just strike them. The people have never killed anybody. Do I support military coup? I'm not from Cotonou. I'm just passing out information. I'm not from Benin Republic, okay? But when it comes to Nigeria, I used to tell people that the military take over a no to Nigeria. Why? Our military has been infiltrated by Boko Haram. Boko Haram cannot take over Nigeria, okay, in that way, because they have been trying by all means to take Nigeria, turn Nigeria into a Sharia state. So if they come through military coup and succeed, it is going to be a great problem. And that is why every right-thinking person in Nigeria will never, say that they want a military coup. I don't support that at all in Nigeria because I know what will happen if military take over. All your women in Nigeria will start wearing hijab. Such a thing will happen. Waiting 2 months if military take over Nigeria. Why? Because people you see every now and then, you'll be hearing news. House of Rep members will tell you that Boko Haram are on the recruit of Nigerian army. Then later they will tell us that repentant Boko Haram have been inducted into army after they de-radicalize them. Like, do they use words to de-radicalize somebody? This has to do with a psychological process. And it ought to take up to 7 years for a terrorist to be even put in any armed forces. But it happened in Nigeria. Now, let us go back to the reason why I am making this video. I really want people to understand that the insecurity situation in Nigeria is not all about kinetic. Yeah. The sponsors of this insecurity are in the government. The Nigerian government knows every single person sponsoring insecurity. So when you see the change of Minister of Defense, you see the recruitment, you see buying fighter jet, you see them carrying gun, according to former head of Nigerian Intelligence Agency, they are doing that because they know that this is not the problem. This is not the solution. They know that changing the minister is not the solution. They know that even though they sack everybody in the ministry is not the solution. They know that deploying, even buying weapons upon weapons is not the solution. They know that even carrying out airstrike against these terrorists is not the solution. What is the solution? The solution is this. If people in government who are sponsoring insecurity will be brought to book. I gave you an example. I said from 2012, when Boko Haram declared that all Christians and everybody from the south should leave the north within 3 days. And when they failed to leave, the Boko Haram started killing them. You can go and check this thing on BBC, the New York Post, Al Jazeera, on United Nations website. Go and check it. October 2012. Go and check it, okay? Now, the UN even sat on this, on sectarian killing, accusing Boko Haram of targeting Christians. That was in 2012, right? Now, fast track to 2014, 2015, and Buhari started saying that if he didn't win an election, that the blood is going to flow in Nigeria. You can hear Babada Tiamel saying the same thing, and it was in the newspaper that whether the bamboo will soak in blood. And a pastor, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, was backing him. Osibanjo vowed that they are going to form a parallel government from Jonathan's own. If Jonathan wins an election, we'll have two governments in Nigeria. That was what Professor Yemi Osibanjo said. Now, we were watching, okay? After that, they started importing Fulani militias from Sahel. They imported from Mali. They imported from Senegambia. They imported from all those Nigeria. They trooped into Nigeria. And when they trooped into Nigeria, they said that they are going to do two things. One is to vote. Two is to carry arms. That if this vote did not go on their way, then let there be civil war in Nigeria. This was orchestrated. Now, after Goodluck understood what was going on, he gave up the power to them. Buhari assumed office. The first thing Buhari did was to open visa-free policy for everybody to come. He asked those people, bring your families into the country. And what happened? As the families were coming, they were also coming with arms. Buhari went and disarmed Nigerians. They disarmed Nigerians, they collected people's guns, and what happened? Buhari now switched to Ruga. He said every community, every local government in Nigeria provide a land as a Ruga where these people will come and settle. A lot of people refused. They started fighting people. The people who stood against them were Otom, former governor of Benin State, Nyesom Wike, this current minister of FCT. These are the people who stood against Buhari, fighting Buhari, challenging him. At the end, Femi Adesina, who was an aide to Buhari, came to AIT, African Independent Television. He made a statement and said, if you do not give them your land, it is someone who is alive that owns land. It's either you choose between your life or your land. An SA to the president on publicity. That was a statement he made on the national television. And when I tell you that I don't believe that this Nigeria system will work, I know what I'm talking about. What did your professors do? What did your military officers, everybody say? Everybody kept quiet after Nigerians were threatened that if they didn't give up their land, that they are going to kill them. Fast track to what we are talking about. Killing started happening every now and then. Every festive like Christmas, you will see churches will be burned, Christian communities will be raised down. We were watching. Everything was going on. People were telling Buhari, stop, sponsoring terrorists. Stop doing this, stop doing that. Fast track to the last election. Tinubu was asked, how are you going to stop this? He said, if I fight insecurity, they will kill me. Now, these people who imported these terrorists, Tinubu and Buhari coalition imported these terrorists. And a lot of people admitted this. So this is not Okocha Mase saying, go to your national television, go. Find out this information, go and verify what I'm saying. So, do you think that someone who imported terrorists into the country will actually come out to help you to solve it? There is a big problem. So, that is why I am telling you people that for Nigeria to deploy military aircraft, track these people, bomb them wherever they are, and in your own country, Boko Haram is roaming around like a safe haven to them, and nothing actually is going on, and nobody is touching them. You've got to ask questions. Africans don't ask questions. Our IQ is too low, very low. There is no two ways about it. Where you have influencers, people that claim to be intellectuals, but I call them pseudo intellectuals, because you cannot be living in a country like this. You can't ask questions. You come online, instead of you to ask questions, you will be supporting the government who are killing the people. You will even be asking the government, giving them strategies to solve the problem. You are wasting your time because these people know the problem. They know where the problem started. They know what is fueling the problem. All these people in the government, their hands are soaked with blood. They have been indicted so many times. How many? There is all the whole look at major generals, chief of defense staffs, including the ones that serve under Buhari. They said government are sponsoring insecurity. Chief of Defense Staff, former head of Nigerian Intelligence Agency, major generals, all of them come to national television. They tell Nigerians, your government are sponsoring insecurity. Government officials have been indicted, but Nigerians will look out. They'll be saying another thing. They'll be looking for ordinary individuals to accuse or to use to trend. The real problem have been said. The real problem have been said. So everybody who is coming out to tell you we've got to find security to solve this problem, The person is either the person, I don't know the adjective I'll use to qualify it, but the person lacked the ability to reason, even though the person is a professor, or even though the person claims to be intellectual. If you have an evidence, this is the problem. And you are still coming out to tell people to form this, to do this, you are wasting your time. Let us focus on the problem. Let us focus on the problem. We are living in a generation where truth is hidden. Even people who know the truth will cover it because of their personal interest. Someone will just have one contract with the federal government. The person will never say the truth again. Someone, I don't want to mention names, there are many. Someone will be seeking for favor, the favor he has not gotten. Because of that, he will lie. He will betray people because of favor he has not gotten. Where do we get here? Just a few years ago, Reno Mokri was everywhere saying that Tinubu is a non-drug lord, that he has a proof. He has a proof. He even, fly the proof on national television. This man is a non-drug lord. But today, he's begging to serve in a non-drug lord cabinet. Has he retracted the statement? No, he hasn't. So, the problem we're having in Nigeria is beyond leadership. It's beyond leadership. Because now there is a system created. If this has not become a system, I will not be afraid. But this thing has become a system. And when something is rolling on system, you find it difficult to counter. And when you tell me, okay, what is the solution now? The solutions are diverse. Because this system of Nigeria can never remain. That is the truth. If it remains, everybody will die one day. This system will not remain. The youth have to get ready. If it will require revolution, let it be. And secondly, the office of the president, it's very difficult to win it and say, let me become president and change something. It's not possible. There is already a system that will not let you win it. But I am advising people, secure your territory. I know why I do tell people. You see your local government, your House of Rep, your House of Assembly, secure these people. Do everything you can do to secure them. Why I say secure them is because if you allow people to impose all this House of Rep for you, they will break. They will just tell him, we need military in your area. We need to do this. We need to do this. They will be using them to killing you. And you can't do anything. They will be using all these people to kill you. So what we are supposed to do now, in fact, the solution is not one. Because imagine if people who are in the House of Rep or Senate have the interest of the people. Every day, they could have instituted an impeachment against the president. But they are a bunch of people who do not understand the pain of the masses. They are afraid to talk because they are afraid of losing the next election. So, why can't we use Arise? Since we know that this Nigeria will not work, we've got to arise and do something special, something different from what we have been doing before. If you are doing one thing, it's not working, you change strategy. Nigeria is not working. And the solution is not all about electing the same people that will make it work. See, let me give you an example. If I find myself to the position of authority, for example, I become a president today, the first thing I will do is to dismantle this country. I will dismantle this country. First of all, return it to regional security, regional resource control, institute a regional government first. If I find my position to office of the president, I will confine all these useless terrorists to their terrain. If you want to practice Sharia, go to your region and practice Sharia. Like, what is Sharia doing in Nigerian constitution? I will scrape it. Destroy all these oligarchs. Then the people can decide whether they want to remain as one country or not. It is not an evil thing to remain in one country or not. And I believe that if Nigeria has been working, nobody will come out to say, I'm agitating for this. Agitation is a sign that Nigeria is not working. So instead of you to go after people who are agitating, there is a problem you ought to solve. And if you did not solve the problem and you think everything is going to go well, it won't. So this is the situation on the ground. Let me know what you think about this. I am Okochapi myself, a conflict and insecurity reporter.